This is a little off the beaten path from what you and I have been discussing and usually discuss, but it's so absurd and typical of the Trump administration, we have to run it. This is Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security, trying to explain a clause of the Constitution which school children can explain. Chris, cut number 16.
So, Secretary Noem, what is habeas corpus?
Well, habeas corpus is a constitutional right that the president has to be able to remove people from this country and suspend their right to.
Let me stop you, ma'am. Habeas
right
corpus, excuse me, that's incorrect.
President
habeas
Lincoln
corpus,
used it.
Excuse me. Habeas corpus is the legal principle that requires that the government provide a public reason for detaining and imprisoning people. If not for that protection, the government could simply arrest people, including American citizens, and hold them indefinitely for no reason. Habeas corpus is the foundational right that separates free societies like America from police states like North Korea. As a senator from the live free or die state, this matters a lot to me and my constituents and to all Americans. So, Secretary Noem, do you support the core protection that habeas corpus provides, that the government must provide a public reason in order to detain and imprison someone?
Yeah, I support habeas corpus. I also recognize that the president of the United States has the authority under the Constitution to decide if it should be suspended or not.
It has never
Let us be clear, though,
it has never been done. It has never been done without approval of Congress. Even Abraham Lincoln got retroactive approval from Congress.
It's really very sad that the person in charge of deportations doesn't understand the basic law of the land, which in large measure governs deportations, the right to a hearing before punishment or expulsion is imposed.
Wow, that was absolutely incredible. That was basically turning a right, a liberty, which all Americans should benefit from, turning it on its head to make it a prerogative of the president of the United States to not observe it. It's just absolutely incredible. This woman is an idiot, and of course she killed her dog, didn't she, back in home? And
she did,
which was a story for a while. That explains it.
Wow. All right, Phil. God love you, my friend. Thank you very much. Thanks for letting me pick your brain, even going a little off the beaten path to expose you to this idiot. You know, she appeared, you'll get a kick out of this. She's rather voluptuous the way she dresses at times. She visited this horrific prison in El Salvador where the guys are stripped to their waist. They're wearing shorts and sneakers and socks and they're bare-chested. And she stood in front of them and took pictures of herself with all these guys behind bars behind her. And Max Blumenthal said, "That's prison porn." Leave it to Max.
You nailed it.
Yeah. Thank you, Phil. We'll see you again next week. All the best.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.